Good morning. This is kind of a backwards video because I didn't do video on this repair, but then I realized since there's no video on the net on this one, I ought to do it. This is a John Deere STX38 lawn tractor. It's a real old thing, but there's still a lot of them around. And I needed to check the gas tank because I was leaking. And it turned out it was a line under the gas tank, but I still had to take the gas tank off to get to that line. And I couldn't find any videos on how to do that, so I'm going to sort of show you how to do that. Now the first thing was moving this thing without running the engine because I didn't want to put any gas in it. And the trick of that is way down here, under here, there's a lever over here, and that lever, I've got it in the free wheel position now, pointing towards the wheel, but you've got to reach under there and move that to get this to move without the engine running. And taking this apart, you've got this thing here, in here, which was bolted up from here. That's part of the hood thing, and I don't have a hood, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, this is bolted up from in here, and it needs a deep socket to get at the nuts over the long bolt that's at the end of that. I didn't have a deep socket, so I just had it like loosely atop my socket wrench. You get that out, and you've got to disconnect this from down here. You just loosen this thing, and then this comes out of down there. You disconnect the gas line at this point, and then that's all free. And then you got to take off the steering wheel, which is a nut and bolt through here, and you've got to hammer the bolt out. You got to use a nail to push it out there because it's wedged in with things that hold it tight. See, it's got these grooves here that hold it in tight, so you've actually got to nail it out. And then you take the steering wheel off and the washers that go with it, and that loosens this up, and it loosens. Oh, you got a bunch of screws here on the other side, and on this side you've got that you had to take out, and there's a couple of screws in there you've got to take out. Okay, so once you take that out, you can get the whole gas tank off. Boom. Okay, and under there was where the line was attached that was leaking. Okay, so I'm about to replace those lines and then put the whole thing back together. So there we go, all reconnected there. Everything's all done. If I want to add this back in later, I can. I got to replace it because I broke that. But this will run. And one other thing, I've got to reconnect the battery, which I disconnected before I started this whole thing. Make sure you do that. You don't want to run electricity through your gas can or whatever. Blowing yourself up is not part of the job. Okay, so there's how you get the gas tank off and on and replace the fuel line, although that's secondary. The main thing was how you get the gas tank off. Okay, so pretty straightforward once you know how to do it. Happy day to you.